Hello, hello, hello. This is Rich Kale here on YouTube, Rich Gen X elsewhere, and it is time to return to Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishments. Now, remember last time we had just finished Bloodbath and started on the Abbey Grange affair. Okay, so here we go. Yes, I had done that part.
It is antique.
Okay. So obviously it didn't register everything I did. Alright, so now we are on to the next part, which is in the dining room, where we examine the scene of the crime.
You should examine the body of Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
Oh, well, he's definitely a hunter. Let's start. So let's talk with Watson first.
So, Watson, what have you learned from examining Sir Eustace's body?
Well, I can confirm that the death was instant. Sir Eustace was facing his attacker when he received the blow to his head. There are no other apparent injuries.
Interesting. Alright, so let's check the body out.
The head was cracked with the force of the blow.
Yes.
That must be the murder weapon.
Okay.
Quite a large stick. A formidable weapon.
Well, that's odd. And he's barefoot.
He had therefore been in bed and did not have time to fully dress.
Let's see. There's a lot of blood here.
It is covered in blood. Sir Eustace might have struck his head upon it while falling from the blow. That is one possible explanation.
Yes. Okay. Huh. Yeah, and if I'm seeing it, that. But the mantelpiece is triggering. Aha! Bell rope was cut.
It appears that the bell rope was cut by someone taller than me.
That would be one hell of a feat. Okay.
A fur trader's cabin.
Yeah, it would go with all the animal heads. Alright. Glasses on the table here. What do we got here? That's interesting. There's 3 of them here.
This glass has some wine traces, but no visible beeswing. There is beeswing at the bottom, as if the wine had not been decanted before being poured. This glass has some wine traces, but no visible beeswing. It is rather strange that only one of these glasses has dregs of beeswing inside it, while the other 2 are clear.
That is curious.
A decanter standing next to the open bottle, an inseparable pair indeed. Chateau Calon Ségur, French wine, Grand Cru.
Interesting. That means something. And look at this. There's the rope.
Sailor's knots. That's interesting. This rope was handled by the murderers. We need a scent hound to follow their trail. I will take it with me.
Okay.
This is the chair that Lady Brackenstall was tied to.
So we know, I think the... Alright, let's go look at the sideboard here. There's something...
The hunting scene.
Yes, it's a hunting scene. Okay, sideboard here. There is certain things here. Candlestick.
This candlestick is valuable. It is interesting that it was not also stolen.
Yeah. That's a key point.
These wine bottles are expensive, and mostly from France.
Yeah, it's very odd that...
A bottle of wine is missing here.
Yeah.
An empty silverware box. It appears that the intruders have stolen the contents.
But
The
something's
criminals did not thoroughly ransack the house. They only took a little silverware.
Yeah, that doesn't set well.
This door leads to the upstairs bedrooms. Apparently the criminals did not venture there.
Which means a lot.
A deer hunt.
Yeah, a deer hunt. Rather,
A fur trader's cabin.
yes. Alright, I'd say we've found enough. So now, it's time to get a source. We need a bloodhound. We have a bloodhound. Named Tobias. Or Toby.
Come on, Toby. We need the best nose in the British Empire on this case.
Toby. Back to Abbey Grange with Toby. Toby's a cute dog.
Search, Toby.
Okay. Oh. 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 This is neat. You can see the fenced Saint trails. Oof, oof. Oh, this is neat. I like this. We play as Toby. I don't want to run either. Look at this. As you can see this, the green, if you see it here, the green is the scent. Interesting. It's leading us to this little shed with glass doors on it. Uh-huh.
The intruders entered the shed for some reason when they were making off with the silverware.
Interesting. Okay. Now what? Ah! What's this one? Be honest, the dog is not going to be running when sniffing. The well.
The scent leads to the well. I should check it.
Now, we follow the path again. To what end? To the wall here. Alright.
The intruder's trail is lost behind this wall. The criminals left the house through the French window. They walked to the shed, then across to the well, before fleeing by climbing over the wall. I wonder why they chose such a winding route.
You know, it doesn't make sense.
The intruder's trail is lost behind this wall.
Hot spotted at Toby's eye level, huh? See, it doesn't make sense. If someone was up to something.
Brave Toby, the best nose in the British Empire.
Yes, he is. So let's check this shed out. They came here first. Take the... Oh, a hook.
This hook might be useful.
Yeah.
Bags of seed. Some empty bags were recently moved.
Yeah, that's odd. Unless it was done that way. Oh.
Small gardening tools. Nothing of great interest.
In the
This old
suitcase.
suitcase sounds hollow. It must be empty.
Interesting. Something doesn't make sense about this. This doesn't sound like something a criminal would do. Well, not a... The only reason I could think... Okay, we've opened the well. Let's look inside. There's something in there.
There's something glittering at the bottom there. But how can I reach it?
Ah. Alright, let's take that. Ah! Yes, that'll work. That will work. Alright. There's something down there. It's
silverware. This is hardly a coincidence.
This is odd. Why this isn't... Hello?
The Brackenstall coat of arms. It appears that we have found the stolen silverware.
This doesn't make sense. The criminals would not... This is definitely odd. I think we need to have a talk with Lestrade, because There's things that are not adding up here. Can I, or can I go in the main door here? Let's talk with Lestrade. Something's not adding up now. Alright, let's talk to him about the...
What do you know about Sir Eustace, Inspector? What was his reputation?
A charming man when sober, but an absolute demon when he was drunk. In such moments he was apparently capable of anything.
Yes.
Why, once he splashed fuel on Lady Brackenstall's dog and set it alight. Another day he threw a decanter of wine at Miss Wright's head.
The alcohol seemed to madden him.
To the point that we were forced to intervene several times to avoid a scandal.
Inspector, I have recovered the stolen silverware.
You are a wizard, Mr. Holmes. And where is it?
In the garden well.
Excuse me?
Unique, isn't it?
Rather absurd. What is the point of stealing silverware and then throwing it down into a well?
There is none.
Perhaps it was used as a temporary hiding place, or simply the thieves wanted to get rid of it. It is up to us to solve this mystery.
I'm beginning to think that what we have here is a case of murder, taking murder taking the matter into their own hands. Okay.
There are 3 glasses on the dining room table. I was wondering if...
Oh, I forgot. When I came to myself the first time, each of them had a glass in his hand. They might have been a father and his 2 sons. They talked together in whispers, and then they left.
I don't believe that.
We found your silverware, Lady Brackenstall. It had not been taken very far.
Is that true? I am very thankful to you, Mr. Holmes.
Your ladyship?
Something about her... Let's talk with Teresa.
Sir Eustace's doctor speaks of his violent behaviour.
Yes, Sir Eustace was an extremely violent man. A detestable human being, to be more precise. It is true that he once threw a decanter at me, and all because I dared to stand up to him in defence of my mistress. Sly devil. God forgive me that I should speak of him so now that he's dead. But a devil he was, if ever one walked the earth. We met him only 18 months ago. She'd only just arrived in London. Yes, it was her first voyage. She'd never been from home before. Wonder with his title and his money and his false London ways. If she made a mistake, she has paid for it, if ever a woman did. She doesn't have any friends here, so it was especially hard for her.
You know, this sounds like the Lord Brackenstall was a domestic abuser.
We found your mistress's silverware.
Oh, that's good news. You really are as clever as they say.
Indeed.
She didn't ask where we found it. Interesting. None of them did. All right. Let's talk some deductions now. All right. First off, Randalls are well known, and that they were identified. We can assume that they are either guilty or innocent. Okay. Let's look at some more clues here. Randall's gang. And that point to the Randall's gang. But there's something bothering me about that one. Silverware found, and the criminals are identified. Which then shows me Robbery would have to be the motive in that case. But it doesn't necessarily set with me. That's just me. 2 glasses and a glass with beeswax. Beeswing or whatever they call it, whatever they've said. This would suggest that there were 3 people. And we have the bent poker and the dead body, which leads to only one conclusion: a poker blow. This would all lead to the assumption that the Randalls are guilty. But there's something bothering me. Why would the silverware be in the well if they are the criminals? If they're criminals, they would have taken the silverware. I don't think they're guilty. I really don't think they're guilty. So what if this was a domestic thing? See, that feels better to me. Then that would mean that the Randalls are... it's a convenient blame. Let's see. But that would set within with an imitated robbery. And that... why mention the glasses later? That would mean something different entirely. And let's look at other things. We have the fireplace grate and the dead body. Could be a deadly accident. Hello, this one just changed. And we have that she's from Australia. And no, that's another one. No acquaintance. Acquainted with a sailor. Well, I don't know. So... violent behavior. He's got a history of violent behavior. Which could mean that this was a domestic accident. But that's still... both of these choices are possible, but even then, I wouldn't condemn her if it was an act of self-defense. I think there's something more. What if there's someone else? See, that does state, but there's something else. And that, what if she was acquainted with a sailor? Then this wasn't a deadly accident. This was a poker blow. This was a blow with the poker. Ah, and that leads us to a murderous visitor. But we're not clear on everything. See, this, I think, is more likely. I think the Randalls are getting the blame because they're an easy scapegoat. But we have to do something, and we're going to have to go back and check the rope. Something tells me this is gonna be one of the rather quicker cases we've had to do. All right. Let's go over to the analysis table, so we may check the rope out. Okay.
Let us see how the rope was cut.
Okay. No, so we got that sailor's knot.
The fibers at the end of the rope are smoothly cut. Let us try to find out what tool was used to cut the rope.
Okay, I want to cut the rope. Ah, there we go.
The fibers from this cut appear to be different.
So it was obviously not,
If I cut the rope with a knife, it matches the original.
So, the rope was cut with a knife. Wasn't torn, cut with a knife. This is a clue. So, now we have the knotted rope and the sharp knife. A sailor's background. Yes, that makes sense. We're looking for a sailor. We need a sailor. Alrighty. Know what that means? It's time to check the archives. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, let's see. Alright, so we're gonna look at go through our papers here. Use a photograph. Oh, Rock of Gibraltar. Okay, 1893. So we need to. Okay, and what we got? Oh, Rock of Gibraltar's arrival. The ship returned. The Rock of Gibraltar, a bulk carrier from the Adelaide, Southampton, London line, kind of building James Street, London, has returned from a 6-month voyage through India, New Zealand, and Australia. The ship brought to England Miss Mary Fraser, the heiress of the Fraser family, owning land and tin mines in Australia. This reportedly beautiful young lady is presently engaged to Sir Eustace Blackenstall, one of the wealthiest gentlemen in Kent.
Here it is.
Yes. So, we know that. Okay.
The shipping company, the Adelaide, Southampton, London line, and its address. Interesting. It must be the place where they keep the records, including the one for the crew of the Rock of Gibraltar.
Yes.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard, they'll give it to you without any problems.
But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
Time for the irregulars. Need evidence, so we have to must find Wiggins. Ah. Let's go to the window, cause Wiggins is nearby. He's always nearby.
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
We have Wiggins.
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
I need a register, my young friend. If you could borrow it, there will be half a guinea for every one of you. I need the crew list of the Rock of Gibraltar in 1893, and their current employment.
I'm straight on it, Mr. Holmes.
Do you really think they'll find it, Holmes?
My secret police is better than the Yard in many ways.
3 hours later.
Here it is, Mr. Holmes. But we can't take it back. It's too risky.
Put it on the table. I'll take care of it. Good work, young Wiggins.
All right, and I think with that, we are going to save the end of this case for the next installment. We will be examining the register, and then we're going to get everything together. As always, this is Rich Kale here on YouTube, Rich Gen X elsewhere, inviting you to subscribe to the channel and check out some of the other playthroughs I've done. I've played through the previous 2 games chronologically set before this game, which is called Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper and Sherlock Holmes the Awakened. I am also working my way through other games. I'm working my way through Alien Isolation right now, still working on that one. That's been going on a while. I am also working my way through various LucasArts games. Right now, Curse of Monkey Island, which is fun, has been fun. I am also working my way through Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the Earth, which is the 3rd game that I've played with Call of Cthulhu in the moniker. I also do a series of runs through the game of Monstrum. And I am currently working my way through the Myst series. Currently working on Uru, which is set between 4 and 5. I am also working my way through other games, such as... Well, I'm working through several Sierra games, which includes Gabriel Knight 2, Dark Corner... The Beast Within. I'm on the final chapter of that one. I'm getting all my game names confused. I am also working through the Doom series, and I am currently on Final Doom with that. As always, take care, have a good one all. Bye.